How you going? I apologise for being away so long. Hasn't been the greatest time. The solar batteries in the caravan are dead. The fridge is on the blink. Haven't been able to keep anything cold, so therefore no point buying anything to cook up. But I've got the brass monkey fridge in there, working good so far. It was tripping, but it's not now. Let's just hope it stays this way. Anyway, tonight I'm making up a Thai green curry chicken. Okay, you're all going to say, oh, it's not authentic, it's not authentic. I know, it's not authentic. I'm camping. I'm using leftover grilled chicken breast. I'm using a jar of curry paste, tinned coconut milk. It can't be authentic, but we're camping, not expecting the King of Thailand to rock up and say, make me dinner. I'd probably make him something really weird anyway if he did, but it's not going to happen. So to make it even less authentic, what I've got in there is leftover fat from cooking up some sausages. And you see the stove splattered with sausage fat, so it didn't happen that long ago. Anyway, let's get things started. Heat that up first. We'll just wait. Now while we're waiting for the pan and the leftover sausage fat to heat up, I already said this isn't really authentic. So a little bit of a story about authentic food. I used to be a chef, you'd probably guessed that. Years ago, I worked in the restaurant at a motel in Wyoming, New South Wales. I started there my very first day, and I looked at the menu and I thought, oh, this is weird. One of the things on the menu was tandoori rack of lamb. Now, I like rack of lamb. I like tandoori. So I went into the cool room, had a bit of a look, and the prep was a rack of lamb. Hadn't been trimmed of excess fat or anything. It had a heap of McCormick's tandoori spice poured in there, and olive oil filled up over it, so I was just sitting in this tub full of olive oil with tandoori spice. Okay, I like tandoori chicken. I know how to make it. So, got all the ingredients together, pulled the lamb out of that. Actually, I threw the whole lot out, got some new racks, cleaned them up, trimmed them down, marinated them in the proper marinade with yogurt and all the spices. That night, my first night there, first order, tandoori lamb, tandoori rack of lamb. Okay, stick it in the oven that's up as high as I can get. Send it out. 2 minutes later, or 3 minutes later, something like that, this bloke who ordered it, he's barged into the kitchen with his plate in his hand and he's furious. This is not authentic. Well, you're eating at a motel in the most, well, the bogan capital of Australia, and you want authentic tandoori lamb? I don't think even Indians cook tandoori lamb. Maybe tandoori goat, I don't know. Not tandoori rack of lamb. Anyway, that's what went through my brain. I said, well, blah, blah, blah. All authentic ingredients, blah, blah, blah. and pushed him out of the kitchen. He didn't like it. I don't care. He paid. So authentic is, well, you want authentic as in tandoori, go to India. You want authentic Thai food, go to Thailand. You want authentic camp food, get a tent or a caravan and come watch my videos. Righto, so the sausage fat, pretty warm there. We'll chuck this in. I've got 2 medium onions just chopped up about, say, almost inch by inch. Carrot just sliced. In it goes. Just want to lightly fry it off a little bit. Get the cooking started. Now they're not going to do this in Thailand. The onion and carrot, any other veggies going in, they're going to be boiled in the broth as you make it. But I just want to reduce the acidity of the onions, get the carrots started. Still a bit to go. The onion's breaking up nicely, not completely. Starting to get a bit of translucency. We'll give it a little bit longer. So it's looking about right. Onions are breaking up nicely, except that bit. But as you can see, it's got the core. That's going to take longer, but we're not going to worry too much. A green curry paste. It's not the greatest. Fair whack there though, which is good. Oh, you should smell that. You just want to fry it around a little bit. Start it cooking, develop the flavours. You don't want it to burn though, so keep it stirred. Yep, still gas there. Bottle hasn't run out yet. The wind's picking up, giving me a bit of havoc. That smells magnificent. Better than I thought. Normally I go for the green curry in a little small tin, but you can't get everything you want in small town Australia, so I got this one. It is made in Thailand, so that gives me a little bit of confidence. So the curry paste has had a couple of minutes of cooking there. So I'm going to chuck in now some spuds. So it's 1 medium-sized potato, washed potato. Okay, just scrub off the farm. I'll leave the skin on. It's chopped up into, sort of roughly not quite 1 inch dice, I suppose. Just get the cooking started. Now this process would be a lot quicker on a stove at home, but this stove here doesn't really pump out a lot of heat, So you just want to wait for it to start sizzling up a little bit. Oh, smells wonderful. Okay, been about 5 minutes. It is starting to sizzle there. Well, it's been sizzling for a little bit. Just been stirring it around, getting things cooking evenly. And now we're going to chuck in some chicken stock. Now, always get salt reduced if you can. Shouldn't be any salt in it at this stage anyway. 2 cups, 500 ml. It's double what we need. But I'm going to use all of it. Because I want to cook all those veggies down. Especially the potato. Now the potato, as it cooks, will release its starch. It will help thicken it all up. And I do like to use twice the amount of stock as necessary, so I can simmer it down halfway just to concentrate the flavour. That's just my style. So now just have to wait for it to come to the boil. I might stick a lid on it, might not. See how it goes, see how long it takes. Put a lid on it, brings it to a boil quicker, but stops the stock from reducing. But I got all night. It doesn't matter. I can wait. So I did stick a lid on it, bring it to the boil a bit quicker. I mean, take it off now. Lose all heat immediately, but that's alright. It'll recover. And we'll just let that simmer and reduce for a while. By the time it's reduced, the potato will be cooked. The carrot will be cooked. I purposely cut them a bit on the chunky side so that they can reduce down and cook. Of course, the reduction stage will be a lot quicker for you at home because you've got a proper stove to cook on instead of a slow camp stove. One of the good things about the Bong showground is the bird life here. Always like birds. There's a big flock of corellas that nest in the trees up over here. Coming overnight, squawking, carrying on. Great to watch. The aerial acrobatics before they settle down for the night is amazing. I'll try and get some footage of it. Add on to the end of the video if I can. But you can't always rely on a corella. So we've been simmering away for about 20 minutes now. Potatoes cooked. Carrots pretty cooked. The stock's reduced down by 50%, which is what I wanted. Time to add in coconut cream. Now this is product of Thailand. So as authentic as I can get, but we're not really pushing for authenticity. We're just pushing for a nice dinner using up leftover grilled chicken from a couple of nights ago. So stir it through. And now we just have to wait for it to come back to the boil. And we'll speed that along a bit by sticking a lid on it. So we're back to the boil. Consistency's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to chuck in some mushrooms. Right, not many. 4 little brown mushroom caps, stalk removed, cut into quarters. Just wipe off the outside, you don't wash them. In they go. And I got some beans that have just been topped and tailed, chopped up into half. And it goes. Give it a stir through. We just want about 3 to 5 minutes just to cook the mushroom and beans. And so 3 minutes later, mushrooms cooking nicely, beans cooking nicely, still firm though, which is what you want. It's time to chuck in the chicken. Say authentic Thai green curry. The chicken in a Thai green curry. Normally I put it in the freezer, make it gelid so I can slice it nice and thin, and they simmer it in the curry sauce. But I'm using up leftover. Had a grilled chicken the other night, breast. It'd be good if I could just buy one breast at a time, but with IGAs and Foodworks, you get what you take, or you take what you get, should I say. And I had a breast left over. Anyway, your leftover grilled chicken, chopped up into chunks. In it goes. Give it a stir through. Wait for things to come back to the boil. Won't take long. So you got your chicken breast, you got your curry paste, you got your coconut. The curry paste recipe says use water. Use chicken stock. It's cheap. Extra flavour. And as like I do, double the amount of stock intensifies the flavour. It's not authentic, you're camping. But you got potato, onion, carrot, beans, mushrooms. Your mum can't complain that you're not eating your veggies. So we're back to the boil. Just let it go for a few minutes. Doesn't take long now. You've got to make sure the chicken's hot all the way through, seeing as how it's left over straight out of the fridge. Doesn't take long, only a few minutes, and we'll be eating. So it's at a pretty good boil. Plenty of time for the meat to heat through. Only a few minutes really. So time now to turn it off. and give ourselves a generous serve, go inside to the air-conditioned comfort and see how it goes. So grab your blue bowl of destiny, stick in a couple of ladlefuls. Stick a lid on it, keep the flies out. Let's go inside and see how it tastes. Okay, let's see how we went. Look at that. Looks good to me. Righto. Big chunk of chicken and some curry sauce to start with. It is really good. Try to get some veggies. A bit of carrot, a bit of bean, a couple of drops on the floor. The carrot still has a little bit of firmness there. The beans are still quite firm. It's really good. Potato, onion, curry sauce. Potatoes are cooked perfectly. Still a little bit of bite from the potato skin on it, but that's quite fine. As I said, it's not authentic. But using up leftovers, it's pretty bloody good. Now, you saw how much curry paste I put in there. I can't say it's hot. But that is very much dependent upon individuals. Some people will say, oh, it's too hot, too hot. Chili heads will say, it's not hot. Don't worry. Use as much curry paste or as little curry paste as you like. Get used to what you're cooking with. And get it to your taste. Don't worry what anyone else says. I used to be a chili head, but it hurt too much. I can guarantee you most of the chili heads, it's all show, and it hurts them too. Not all. There are some that really like it hot. And if that's how you like it, this isn't going to satisfy you. But it is really nice. You've got all your veggies, your protein. It's great. And I have more than enough to stick into takeaway containers. It'll last me for lunches for almost a whole week. You're going to love it. It's going to be quicker on your stove at home than it is on my stove out there. Our stove is very slow. Not the same as what you're going to get in Thailand, but we're not in Thailand. Anyway, cheers to the King of Thailand. Alright, catch you later. I'll go clean up the mess. It's so rich and flavoursome. I haven't found a Thai restaurant in Australia that does it better. But there's nothing authentic Thai about Thai restaurants in Australia. I try to avoid them. They're usually pretty rubbish food.